Hello, hope you've been happy, healthy, and safe. Welcome back. We're going to do a you versus them reading today. First pile is usually yours, second pile is theirs, but take that how it resonates, and we will get a connecting energy for the both of you in the situation. We will move on and get some advice from spirit, and then we will get universal messages and surrender cards. We'll end the reading there. All right, let's begin. Okay, so what do we got here? I'm just gonna pull a few, so bear with me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, so we have actually, let's get a connecting energy. Sorry, failed to do that. Okay, so the suffering and silence, this came in upside down. So I do believe there is an ending to suffering and silence for somebody here, okay? There is a time to rejoice in celebration with the unions, and there is, you got 2 3, so there's been healing. Recognition and reward is coming for you. So I do feel like yeah, just something has really completed, something within your emotional, maybe perspectives, behaviors, things like that. There's been an ending here, and this has moved you into new unions and a new communications, and just a new, I want to say, leveling up, where there is recognition and reward for you, and just it's time for you to really own you and rejoice in celebration. Like, take that time to be proud of your small accomplishments, okay, is kind of what I'm picking up here. With the also too, I feel like the focus is very much on you at this time. If you can see in this picture, the fella is bowing, and there's really a light shining on him. And he's kind of on a pedestal. Okay, in their energy, sorry, I'm just finishing up here. I do feel like there is expansion, there is growth, quite a bit of it for you. Okay, so maybe you are getting a promotion at work, or maybe you've entered a new relationship, something like that, but it's giving you a level up. Okay, for them, they're trying to hold their power. They're trying to, yeah, to really hold their power, right? The passion's ignited. And then the throat chakra. It feels like there's something they want to say that they're very passionate about, that they're all fired up about. However, the connecting energy is bitch fire. Stand up for yourself. With the 1 and the 6, I feel the connecting energy between you both is the fact that you have stood up for yourself. You've owned your power. You've just did your own thing. On this side, I feel like whoever this is just opening up to their power. For some of you, they're opening up to really working on their solar plexus chakra, self-confidence, self-esteem, things like that. And they're also working on change in how they communicate things to others, how they communicate just in general, because I feel like there maybe a little bit of confidence issues with this, and now they're starting to stand up for themselves. So yeah, I feel like they're starting to stand up for themselves and communicate more and really express what they need and what they want. There's an element here of someone in this situation. This is a side note of someone in this situation viewing somebody, I want to say as, a bitch, because they did stand in their power. They did do only what was, I want to say, the right thing. They never swayed from it. They tried to do what was best for everybody given the circumstances they were in. And so I feel like there was some opposition here. I feel almost, I'm picking up also too, this is, just let me pull some clarifiers here, because I'm picking up for someone, this is probably pretty specific. There was somebody who tried to break up this connection, whether it's romantic or work, or it feels like somebody was trying to interfere and just, I don't know, like try to make everyone believe this was a bad person, or this person was up to no good, and so they got viewed as the bitch because of it. But really they weren't like that. And I feel like there was somebody recognized it, in somebody else recognized that these people were trying to sabotage this other person, and now it really does feel like truths have come out with the communication. It feels like truths have come out, and maybe now there's, because I feel like with the Passions Ignited card, I feel like there's other people. It doesn't necessarily feel like this other person, but they're all like fired up. Like they're all upset because maybe they tried to break up a connection and somebody made a choice and it didn't work out. Okay, that's what I'm feeling here. And so now, because, and there's recognition, yeah, it almost feels like somebody was suffering in silence, right? Like they weren't trying to cause a shit show. They weren't trying to stir the pot. They were just keeping to themselves, trying to do what was best for everybody. And everybody else, just their passions got all crazy, and they didn't want this person to succeed so badly. And yeah, that's kind of the energy I'm picking up from this. Okay, let's get some clarifiers maybe. get some clarifiers on this. Okay. Okay, so spiritual growth. Somebody has learned some lessons here, and they've really expanded, someone in this situation. There is, see, and I am picking up for some of you that it is you got the Ice King, so there's a boss involved here, and this boss is bossing up. Okay. There's something to do around property. Someone feels entitled to something. There's gossip here around this situation. There's new opportunities for someone, but there's also, with the gossip, I'm reading these together. Someone is gossiping about someone else. And I feel like the boss is hearing about it. And now the boss is leveling up because, yeah, it feels like this is a soul, like there's a soul connection between two parties. I want to say, like, somebody getting the recognition and reward, and somebody who's bossing up. Okay, I feel like it almost feels like they're in union. They're creating this, and then with the power, they're creating this power, of change. I'm feeling like, together they're so powerful. Apart, so it feels like you got soul family here. I feel like they are together, they are unstoppable. And I do feel like apart, not so much. I feel like apart, there's, with the gossip and stuff like that, it's easy to manipulate them when they're apart, but together, when they're both on the same page, everybody else kind of doesn't stand a chance, and that gets them all fired up. They're angry about this. I'm feeling angry, but I also feel like when these two parties get together, they are gonna create wealth. They're going on and it's gonna feel lucky, but really it's not. It's because and I'm feeling one's like very logical and one's very intuitive, and I feel like together and they don't have to be romantic. They could just be partnering up in business. And yeah, I feel like they're going to create wealth. So whatever this gossip, which I do believe is very toxic, I feel like there's gonna be endings here, with this somehow. Okay, let's see. Let's get some more here. Yeah, I feel like somebody took a leap of faith. They listened to their intuition. They took a leap of faith, and yeah, because it does, with the catch your breath, I feel like one person finally was like, okay, because it feels a little bit like maybe they were overworked, underappreciated, and they've now moved into a situation where they've caught their breath and they can think again, if that makes sense. One party could be both, but it feels like one. Make a decision. So there is a decision that needs to be made right now, that will create new beginnings. And I feel like for both these parties, and then with the passion ignited, it will create a lot of movement forward, a lot of passion, moving forward. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see, let's get some of these. Okay, Spirit. I do feel like there is going to be an unexpected outcome for you, both. There's going to be reciprocal feelings, okay? There's going to be, it wasn't what you expected, and it's going to create an escape for you. Past mistakes are being looked at. And identify, how do I say that? Something has been identified that has revealed the fact that somebody has been neglected, perhaps. There's been a reflection. There's been a reflection. And then in this card, it says, being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. So I am feeling maybe there was a separation, a temporary separation. Okay. But I do feel like, and you have the Mend card, that this situation is fixable. Okay. Okay, yeah. I feel, yeah. Okay, so let's get some more advice, and then we'll get some surrender cards, and then some advice from Spirit, okay? Okay. Express your joy. So in this, yeah, so there needs to be a, between the two party, like one felt neglected, one felt kind of unappreciated, but really, you know, it was a need that they needed more confidence. It needed to be communicated, that perhaps there was, you know, recognition and reward, and somebody feels bad about somebody else suffering in silence. Maybe someone didn't communicate a lot of things. They just kind of kept to themselves. They just did, again, I'm getting, they did what was best for everybody else, and they kept to themselves, and they didn't try to create shit. And somebody, there was gossip around there, you know, they were like, oh, this person's, you know, blah blah blah, they're the right. But this other person, they were just passionate about doing what was best for everybody, and they stood their ground, and they didn't back down, basically. And then express your joy. So there needs to be, with the express your joy, like express happy you actually are in the connection, right? Like, in order to mend this, there needs to be an expression of owning up your positivity and your joy, if that makes sense. Embrace your power. Yeah, again, with the somebody needed to step into their power. They weren't communicating stuff, but then it feels like a switch was flicked and they started to own their power. Okay, let's get surrender cards. What do you guys need to surrender within this connection to help you make it keep growing? Okay, because I feel like whatever this connection is, whether it's romantic or business, or maybe it's a combination of both, I'm really not sure. I am picking up a lot of passions, I feel a lot of love in this connection, okay? But I do feel that I want to say there's a little bit of insecurity maybe on both parties. I am feeling one party is maybe a little bit more in their ego mind, and the other party is a little bit in their non-ego. They're quite opposite in their non-ego mind, but they stand their ground and they speak their mind. That's kind of how I'm feeling this. So what needs to be surrendered so that, surrender low self-esteem. Okay, because I feel like this is on both parties. There's a lack of believing in themselves or yourselves. And I think when the two of you together can really be a powerhouse, when you because again, I'm picking up that logical mind and that intuitive mind, and I feel like when you pull them together and you really collaborate, you'll be able to, it'll build your self-esteem and you'll be literally unstoppable, if that makes sense. It says here, you deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any moments of low self-esteem, okay? Again, and this too will help so that others that might be, trying to manipulate the situation so that the two of you can't come together, because they recognize, it's like, I watched a reading, actually, somebody posted, and they talked about you can smell the enemy, like the enemy can smell you. It was kind of weird, but I was like, you know what, it's kind of true. It's almost like like when something good is about to happen, it seems like all this stuff gets attracted. The universe attracts all these people and situations to kind of make you not believe in the success that you're going to get. It's like it wants to slow you down or whatever. But she also said, like, you need to love and keep going and recognize that they hold no power over you, and in order to snuff them out is just really to send them love and healing and understanding and compassion and kindness. So I thought that was a really good message. So anyways, that's kind of, but so instead of being on the defense and and letting them manipulate you. Recognize that that's what they're trying to do, and surrender your, don't let them let you feel or succumb to the low self-esteem within you. Don't even give that any power. Okay? All right. Good reading. Okay, we will leave that you versus them there. That is your situation right now, house spirit, and then let me know how it goes for you. All right, take care and stay happy, healthy, and safe.